All right, guys, it's your boy Statsational here with the Sharp app and the Proptimizer for PrizePicks. Going to give you some of the top plays as of right now. Not everything's updated yet as it's still early in the morning, but I'm going to give you the top plays that we have early right now on the Proptimizer. Plus, I've got two top prop plays that I'll throw at you guys. They're already up in the app, so if you want to head over there and take a look at inside the app, my MLB top prop plays are up there free for everybody, and we're up 11.8 units or so on the season. I do strictly K props, but you guys know the drill. If you're unfamiliar with the Proptimizer or how to beat PrizePicks in general, I've got links down below. You guys want to check that out. It's all about the numbers, guys. I know we all think that we're going to be some sort of a prognosticator, that we know exactly what's going to happen. We don't. We need to take the numbers, push them in our favor, and that's how we're going to win long term. This Proptimizer, as you know, shows us what this sportsbook projection is based on the lines at the sportsbook. And then the top prop projection, that's our AI model. That's giving us the projection that the model likes for the this particular prop, and it gives us the projection there. So let's just dive into the top one, Wade Miley. First, we can see there is a injury denotation on Miley. He's coming off a 15-day injured list with some back muscle pain. He is going to start. That's what it's saying. Of course, we know he's starting this Saturday. So you might want to just double check that there's no pitch inning limits or anything like that. Even if there is, the sportsbook projection number is always going to take that into account. I think I mentioned this yesterday when I was saying that you don't have information, unless you do have information that the rest of the market doesn't have, it's going to be baked into the number. So when people, let's just assume Miley is on some sort of a pitch count, that's baked in here. So when people say, well, how can you take the over? Well, they put a number on it. They put the over 3.5. Now, obviously, this is juiced as I open it up, juiced to the under. So that means it's projected when we run our formulas and our algorithm, 3.46 is what the projection is. That would be a fair market or a fair number based on the odds that we see in the market on DraftKings, FanDuel, Caesars, and so on. And when we translate that 3.46 into the probability of this going over 3, it comes out to 58.16%. of the time. Now, pushes are not included in that, and I'm going to get to that in 1 second, but the top props at 3.5142. So top props is actually projecting slightly higher than the sports books. So we do like the over here, over of 3 to hit 58.16% of the time, but is 58.16 a good number? Like I said, the push is not included. At 3, a number like 3, you're going to push often. I mentioned this to you guys yesterday. The higher this number is on an integer, the less likelihood of a push. At 2, it's about 25% of the time you're going to push. At 3, it drops down to about 22%, I believe, 22 or 23%. So that's a high likelihood that we push on the 3. Well, why does it matter? You don't lose on a push. That is true. But it's going to knock your play down to a lower level. In other words, if you started with a 6 flex, it now becomes a 5 flex if you have 5 outcomes with 1 push. So every time you push on one, it knocks it down a level. You're going to want to check the PrizePicks or just check the articles that I have down below. I go into all of this on how to play these types of low integer plays that have a likelihood of pushing. But I've got the numbers on there, and if you go on our Discord, you can just see I've got a chart on all this. You go into Discord, you go to the PrizePicks discussions room, and then check the pinned chats or whatever they call it, but the pinned messages, and you can see I've got a breakdown. Now, normally, right, on a normal play, assuming no pushes, non-integer plays, you need to hit 57.8% of the time if you play 2 powers, right? So this 58.12 would be a good number to play for a 2 power, but there's a chance that it's going to push, right? Let me just go through them quick. For a 3 flex, you need to hit 59%. For a 3 power, 58.5%. For a 4 flex, 57.1%. 4 power, 56.1%. 5 flex, 54.3%. And 6 flex, 54.2%. So you see there is an advantage in playing the 5 and the 6 flexes, but you're not going to hit them as often. And again, I've got a video down below that will show you. I do a simulation over like 1,000 days, and you'll see that you're going to go 30, 40, 50, 60 days of losing until you finally start to win. I mean, of course, obviously you can win today and tomorrow hit the 6 out of 6, and that changes. But you're going to go through stretches of 10, 20, 30 days in a row of not hitting 6 out of 6, and you're going to get discouraged. But check that video down below. It's going to be helpful to you. So a play like this, you can play it. Now, let me just drop down to when it's a 3, and you're going to see this increases. The percentages increase. If you have a 3 integer play like this Miley play, you need to hit the 2 power 59% of the time, 59.3. You need to hit a 3 flex 59%. The 3 power has to hit 58.7. 4 flex 59.2, and a 4 power 60.8. Right? All of those numbers are higher than the odds that we have right now to hit. But if you play a 5 flex, 56.3% and 55.2% on a 6 flex. So what I'm advising is this play, even though it shows 58.16%, you're going to want to only play this in 5 and 6 flex plays. All right? So I'm going to go over these all the time. You're going to get tired of it, but you have to be cognizant of the fact that these are going to push and they're going to knock your play down to a level that is less advantageous, right? As we've talked about, you need to hit these. Just if you never push anything, you need to hit 59% of 3 flexes. That's going to be really hard. When I say 59%, each individual play needs to hit 59% of the time. All right, so I do like this Miley play, but I like it in 5 flexes and in 6 flexes. Let's take a look at the second one, Wentz. His strikeouts, over 4. You've got a number of over 4.5 plus 100. That's the consensus in the market. Let's just open that up. So right now the consensus, be careful with these, right? We only have 2 books that are posting it right now, so you may want to hold off on this until some of the other books come in, but only 2 books are posting a number right now. But as of right now, this would be the projection, 4.47. Our top props likes it at 4.52. Again, similar number here, actually 1 percentage point lower on Wentz, 57.26%. This hits. Again, I would suggest these be played on the 5 and 6 flex plays. Let's dive into my top props of the day in the article. Now, Logan Gilbert, I like this. These plays are not necessarily PrizePicks plays. These are going to be plays against the sportsbook because I like the number that the sportsbook is offering. So when we take a look at Logan Gilbert, I like the under 6.5 over at Caesars. It's minus 141. We're getting a 10.9% edge. My personal model has it at 5.45 projected on the Ks. Bieber for Cleveland, I like the over 4.5 at BetMGM. It's minus 105 right now. I would take this all the way up to minus 135. That's what the at worst number is where I would take it to. So I wouldn't go much higher on this Gilbert. I like it up to minus 150. I like minus 135 on the Bieber number. So you could go over at BetMGM. That's going to give you the best price, minus 105 over the 4.5. Let's just look how that translates over on PrizePicks, right? So let's look at Logan Gilbert first. So we could quickly just kind of head to that Seattle game, and we'll see the Logan Gilbert. Let's just do strikeouts. We've got more props in here. They just haven't, or more stats, more different stat props, but they have not updated as of yet. It's still early. But the Gilbert, you could see right now over 6. So what's the number? What did we like? We like this under 6.5. So what did PrizePicks do? They actually knocked this down to 6, not 6.5. And you say, okay, well, big deal. I don't mind if I push. If John likes this under 6.5, I'm going to take the under 6. So let's just look. Under 6 right here, we're giving it a 47.62% chance. That's based on the sportsbook projection. Obviously, the sportsbook projection is going to be different than what my projection. If I like it, that means I think the sportsbooks are incorrect. I like this at 5.45, but I don't necessarily like this play at PrizePicks because they dropped it down to 6. Now, if we look at the other play, right? Bieber we like the Bieber play over 4.5, right? So what is my number? 5.74 on my projection. So we like this over. Now, this is like a 50-50 type of play here, but they have it at 4.5 as well. So in this instance, they're basically giving us the same price, if not actually a better price than the market, because we don't have to lay as much juice. The market on the whole, as you can see, the consensus is minus 117. Now, the best price we're getting is minus 105, which I like quite a bit. I do like that better than maybe playing this on PrizePicks, although this, with my number, you're going to get a very high percentage likelihood of hitting. So I do like this play on PrizePicks as well. I like the Bieber. I would toss that one in to my mix. Okay, so Bieber over the 4.5. I like it a whole lot more on PrizePicks than I do my other play of Logan Gilbert. So that's going to be it for this video. As always, you're going to have the access to this Proptimizer tool. It changes dramatically as the day goes on. I can see if anything changes. And you can see already we've got some changes, right? So now Clark Schmidt is actually at 58.68%, and that Miley bet went down to 57.98%. So, guys, this changes. It's very dynamic. It's going to change throughout the course of the day. You're going to want access to this tool if you're going to crush it on PrizePicks. Hit me up with comments down below. I'm happy to give you guys any of the math behind any of these numbers. If you have a specific play that you're interested in, whether it's a prop or on PrizePicks, let me know down below. I'll help you guys out. Good luck, and let's crush it again today.